A little bit of theory today. You ready? So in this video, we're gonna talk about how Meta Ads optimize. It's so important for you to understand this concept. That way you can really understand when you should keep an ad, when you should close an ad, if things are gonna work out or not with a particular ad campaign, ad set, or creative. This mental model or this explanation took my Meta Ad skills to a completely new level. And it's pretty easy to understand. So I think once you get it, it's gonna open your mind to how this system really works. So without further ado, let's get into it. So how do Meta Ads truly optimize? All right, so let's say that you just publish an ad, right? You just hit publish. What happens? So first, Meta is gonna look at your ad account data, right? All the conversions that have gone on in your ad account. And it's gonna look at your ad set settings. Those two factors combined dictate the big pool of people that your ad is gonna get put in front of, right? Now, your ad goes out into the world. It's gonna start to get comments and likes. That's engagement data, right? Meta is gonna take that as a signal and start to show it to more people like them, okay? Then somebody's gonna make that first purchase, or you're gonna get your first lead if you're doing lead gen. Well, that person is extremely important because it's gonna optimize off of their profile, right? So let's say that that first person is your ideal client or your ideal customer. Well, lucky for you, it's gonna start to find more and more ideal customers for you. So the first person finds the second person. The first and second people find the third. The first, second, and third find the fourth, and so on. Like a chain, it just continues to find more people. And if you think about it, if we're talking about this big pool of people that we were initially targeting, well, now it starts to create this little pocket of people based on the randomness of the initial results. Now, what happens if that first person or the first few people are just random one-off purchases, or, maybe they're just not the ideal customer? Well, guess what? Your ads are going to start to be shown to more and more people like them. So that's a problem, because your ad's going to look like it's doing good at first. You're going to get that first pop, and then it's going to start to do worse and worse. So that is going to create another little pocket of people, right? And this one is no good, right? So a few things that you have to understand here is whenever you publish an ad, there is a randomness to it. We don't know who is going to be that first sign up. So that person is really important, and it's gonna basically dictate how well or poorly your ads are gonna optimize. So you need to keep an eye out for that. Next, you also need to know that these hot pockets, or these pockets of people, are formed at the ad level, okay? So what does that mean? Every ad basically goes off on its own journey based on the randomness of the initial results. We don't know who's gonna engage or buy from your ads. So depending on who that is, it's gonna go and find similar people to them and create little pockets, right? And if you find a hot pocket, you find something that's working really, really well. I used to call it like hitting the vein, because it felt like back when I was doing affiliate marketing, I would launch the same ad over and over and over and over, the same winning ad. And sometimes it would absolutely smash it. It would just do amazing. And then I would launch the same ad the next day or a week later, and it would do terrible. And then I would launch it again a week after that, and it would work again. It was like I couldn't make sense of it. But now that I understand this concept of pockets based on the initial people that it optimizes off of, it makes so much more sense. And so the last little piece that you need to understand is when you launch a new ad campaign or a new ad set, Meta is gonna give you low-hanging fruit conversions at the beginning. So what does that mean? The algorithm typically starts with a little bit of retargeting. So it's gonna show it to people that are very likely to convert for two reasons. Number one, it wants to give you that dopamine hit and keep you advertising, keep taking your money. But number two, more importantly, is you're gonna get that conversion data. You're gonna get that first sale. And you need that to then find the second, the third, and the fourth, and so on. So, if something doesn't work on Monday, and you launch it again on Wednesday, it could work. And so this may kind of blow your mind, but it's true. I know it for a fact, and from years of experience at this point, it's very obvious. And we have techniques to kind of exploit this, which I'll talk to you about in another video. It's called the crazy method. It's my mentor Constantinos. This is a method that he created to take advantage of this theory. So more on that in a future video. That's all I wanted to share with you today about the theory, how Meta Ads optimize. I hope that was eye-opening eye-opening for you. I hope that it allows you to think a little bit differently about your ads. Now, just a little rule of thumb, okay? Like if you see, let's say you're an e-commerce brand owner and your average AOV is 50, for example, and you get your first order on a brand new campaign and it's a very tiny order, it's like $10. Well, you should kind of be a little bit, quicker to potentially close that because you know that you're gonna get more and more small orders. This happens all the time. Or the opposite is true. If you get a big order, I might wait a little longer and give it a little bit more time because there's a good chance that you're gonna get more and more big orders. So there's an AOV factor here as well. So yeah, just keep a close eye on the first 24 to 48 hours of your ad's life. What you should do is kind of benchmark against yourself, okay? So if you have a campaign that's worked for you in the past, you consider it a winner, really understand the metrics, keep a close eye on those metrics and pay attention to the patterns or the way that it behaves, okay? And then when you launch that next ad, compare it to the benchmark, right? Does it have similar metrics? Is it behaving the same way? If yes, then leave it alone. If no, keep a close eye on it. If it's like not the same at all, it's like acting really weird or if the metrics are way off, then you can be quicker to close it, okay? So that's just a little bit of a way to think about all of this. So that's all I had for you. I really hope that you got a lot of value out of this. Sometimes theory is good, okay? I think having the theory is actually very important. Obviously, the real live case studies are super helpful to see it in practice, but I think if you apply this, or at least you keep this in the back of your head, you're gonna start to see your ads in a different light. So if you guys wanna help support the channel, if you wanna help grow my small business, please subscribe to the channel, please like these videos and share it with others that you think would find value in this. And I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much.